Right, hello everyone and welcome to the preview for Sunderland versus Hull City. This game wasn't supposed to happen, lest we forget. It was postponed, it was called off on Boxing Day. However, here it is, coming to you on Saturday the 9th of January, 7:45pm kickoff at the Stadium of Light in front of the Sky Sports cameras. And instead of going straight to team news today, we're going to head there to the match details. You can see there it's at the Stadium of Light, 7:45pm kickoff on Sky Sports Football in League One. Now we will head on to the team news, where Grant McCann will be without Jordi De Wijs and Martin Samuelsson for the trip to Sunderland in front of the Sky Sports cameras, whilst Keane Lewis Potter is a doubt for the encounter at the Stadium of Light. De Wijs and Samuelsson picked up calf injuries in training, whilst Lewis Potter suffered a small hamstring issue during the victory over Charlton Athletic, but will be monitored ahead of the game. Callum Jones remains absent as he continues his recovery from a hamstring injury. James Scott, Callum Elder, Reece Burke, Josh Magennis and Matt Ingram were all missing somewhat in the last game against Charlton Athletic due to coronavirus. Scott, Elder, Burke and Magennis were all omitted from the Matchday squad entirely. However, Ingram was named on the bench. All of these players trained fully this week, but this game is likely to come too soon. And Josh Magennis partook in an interview with Sky Sports about his personal battle with the virus, which is linked in the top line of the description. And finally, Hakiba Delican has been recalled by parent club Bristol City. On to Ref Watch then, the referee is Scott Oldham, the two linos are David Avent and Simon Clayton, and the fourth official is Anthony Backhouse. On to stats then, Hull City had 16 shots against Charlton Athletic. Of those 16, 7 were on target. Hull City had 40% of possession. Hull City committed 17 fouls. The Tigers made 15 tackles, and City made 348 passes in the game with a pass accuracy of 80%. What do I think then? I'm going to be honest, I've not really put anything. If I'm going to be honest, all I've got is keep the team as it was against Charlton, because it worked. It worked. Changing up worked. Maybe the little gap meant we didn't have as much negative momentum going into the game because we'd had that long break. But I don't think Charlton had played since Boxing Day. They had a shorter break than us, yes, but I think maybe the 10 days away in isolation did something good for the boys. Yeah, that's all I've got to say really. Keep the team unchanged from the Charlton game. Yeah, so simples. On to head-to-head battles then. I can't lie, these Sunderland players, they don't have images on their website, so they were so difficult to find images for. But this is what I've gone for. I've asked a Sunderland fan who features later in this preview to contribute to this. So Jacob Graves will have to defend against Jack Diamond, and Tom Eaves, who I think will start, based on what Magennis said in his interview, will have to get past Bailey. Right, we've got 3 opposite views today. All of them audio clips. The first one is from Sunderland fan Josh Taylor.
I'm going to go 2-1. A Charlie White tap in and a Grant Lisbeth a penalty.
Thank you very much to Josh for that. Next, we are going from the first of 2 Adams in this preview. The first one being Adam Dixon.
So my score prediction's 1-1. I think Wilkes will score for Hull. I'll see Charlie White scoring a tap in. I can't see us getting anything more than a draw from it, and I think it's a big game for both teams.
And finally, the final Sunderland fan we've got in this preview. 3-1, I know, but all about a minute long audio clips. So you normally have about a 3-minute opposite view when we have the opposite view, of course, but you're still getting it here. This final one is from the second of 2 Adams. This one, I don't know his surname, but Adam, take it away, mate.
My score prediction for Saturday against Hull City will be 1-1. It's a big game for both teams, with Hull being in second and Sunderland being in 11th. But the scorers will be Chris Maguire for Sunderland and Keane Lewis Potter for Hull.
Okay, thank you very much to Josh, Adam and Adam for that. Hope you've got a decent insight into their thoughts about the game. And now we move on to current form, where we, after an unconvincing game against Crewe in the Papa John's Trophy, had three defeats in a row, but then came back and beat Charlton 2-0. That says Crewe on my preview. That needs to say Charlton Athletic. There we go. I've sorted that. You'll never notice that. Anyway, on to Sunderland's form. Then they lost 1-0 to Wigan, beat Oldham 2-1, beat Lincoln 4-0, drew 1-0 with Wimbledon, and drew 0-0 with Northampton. On to the league table now then. And not looking too bad, are we? Not looking too bad. Game in hand. If we win that game in hand against, that we've got over Lincoln, we'll go 1 point behind, and we've still got to play them twice. I said twice! Sorry, that was... I just had the urge to shout like Pep Guardiola then. Don't know why. Anyway, it's... The league's all jumbled up. Every team has got to play more games, apart from Burton. Burton are the one team who have played the correct amount of games, and they've still managed to be bottom of the table. They've played more games than anyone else, and they're still bottom of the league. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, pretty much every team, bar Burton, has had a game called off because of COVID, and Burton have actually had COVID in their camp, but they still had to play their games. One of those games being against us when we won 2-0. Yeah, in the Papa John's Trophy knockout stage, then we do play Fleetwood on Tuesday. Preview for that will be out on Monday. So, yeah, I'm also bringing videos to you daily with a career mode now and things like that, just to keep you occupied during lockdown. If you're homeschooling, working from home, things like that, there's episodes like that. There's videos out every day for the foreseeable, I think. Anyway, on to Around the Grounds then. This is actually really, really wishy-washy in terms of what games have been postponed, because when I've looked on certain football apps or whatever, they've not acknowledged that Sunderland's game against Fleetwood was postponed and things like that. They've just, because that's been rescheduled, that has been put in on another match day. Yeah, I don't know. So, in the games that are actually going ahead this weekend, not looking in midweek, we've got Charlton facing Accrington Stanley, Lincoln facing Peterborough, Gillingham versus Burton Albion, and Ipswich versus Swindon. Now, a new segment. We're going to memorable match. I am trying to clean this up a little bit more for the next time you see this, but memorable match. We're looking at the 9th of March 2014 for this game. It's at the Cacom Stadium in the FA Cup quarter-final when Hull City beat Sunderland 3-0. Curtis Davis, David Myler and Matty Fryer, the goal scorers that day. And you can see the teams in the respective colours of the team right there. Wow, FA Cup quarter-final, eh? How the mighty have fallen for both sides. Yeah. And I was looking through Sunderland's team, and I genuinely forgot some of these players played for them. Ki Sung Young, I forgot about that Virginie. I didn't even know that Scocco existed. The goalkeeper, Astari, on that day, he was absolutely woeful, I remember. I was very young, but from what I remember, he was absolutely woeful. But, you know. And there's Seb Larson in there as well, who we will cover in a few moments' time. Another new segment now, Last Time Out. Last time we played Sunderland, it was the 5th of September 2020 at the Stadium of Light in the Carabao Cup first round. The game ended 0-0. In normal time, we won 5-4 on penalties. The teams that day, I don't imagine they'll be too dissimilar based on that. But on that note, 2 new segments there. We're going to head on to shared shirts now. And I mentioned Seb Larson in Memorable Match. In shared shirts, he is mentioned because he played for Sunderland between 2011 and 2017. And in 176 appearances, he scored 12 goals. When I saw that, only 12 goals, I was absolutely flabbergasted. I thought he'd scored more than that. But for us, after leaving Sunderland, both teams got relegated. He joined us, and for one season that it was with us, 2017-18, in 40 games he scored twice, and then moved on to AIK back in his homeland of Sweden. Now another new segment just for this January transfer window, transfer roundup. We're looking at the outgoings first. If it's a green tick next to it, it's confirmed. If it's got a question mark next to it, it's a rumour. And if it's got an X next to it, it means it's rumours stated, different things stated that it was going ahead, but it's no longer happening. So in terms of outgoings, Hakiba Delican has been recalled by Bristol City, and Rochdale would like to take Festus Arter on loan until the end of the season. The source for that is Football Insider. Now on to the incomings then. According to the WestHamWay.com, Hull City are interested in signing West Ham United winger Nathan Holland. And according to EFL_hub on Twitter, which don't take anything they say as gospel, but sometimes they do absolutely pull it out the bag, and sometimes they predict Forest Green Rovers to sign one of Peterborough's best players. But okay. So according to them, Hull City are interested in signing AFC Wimbledon defender Will Nightingale. But every single rumour they state doesn't pinpoint a single club. It's always multiple clubs. So they're fishing about. I'm probably going to get blocked on Twitter for this. Oh well, don't care. Got 2 accounts. Onto my predicted 11 now then. The 4-3-3 formation. We've got George Long keeping his place in goal. A back 4. Actually, touching on George Long quickly. Could that be the opening that he needed? Ingram to be fairly unwell with COVID. He's banged himself straight into the starting 11, keeps a clean sheet. Could this be the opening that he needed? Also, look at the gap in my teeth there, flipping heck. Getting me braces off in a few months. Jesus. Anyway, a back 4 of Josh Emmanuel, Alfie Jones, Jacob Greaves, and Brandon Fleming. That's unchanged. A midfield trio of Richie Smallwood, George Honeyman, and Greg Doherty. Now, this is the only change. I said in what Joe thinks, don't change it. There is one change he has to make. That's because we've lost a Delican. And now with Scott having COVID and a Delican gone, Lewis Potter being doubtful, and even then he can't play Lewis Potter because apparently he's not in the right headspace and he's choosing not to play him. It's not because of the contract thing, when we know it definitely bloody well is about the contract thing. Only winger he's got left is Thomas Mayer, because Malik Wilkes is on the left. So it's Mayer on the right, Wilkes on the left, and Tom Eaves keeps his place up top. Josh McGuinness, by the sounds of his interview. I thoroughly encourage you to give that a listen, because oh my word, that opens your eyes. Because McGuinness is asthmatic, so obviously if you've got an underlying health condition like that, it's gonna hit you pretty bad, this thing. So McGuinness, he says in the interview, I thought with my profession, I thought I'd be fine, but yeah. It strikes anyone. It strikes anyone. So, happy lockdown, everyone. That's the team in picture form. Now we're moving on to the bench. Matt Ingram, Louis Coyle, Dan Batty, James Scott, Sean McLaughlin, Regan Slater, and James Berry. Now, I've put James Berry in here purely because I do not know if he's going to risk putting McGuinness on there, if he's going to put Burke on there, because I feel as though we need an extra attacking option, but we haven't really got it. Because Billy Chadwick's out on loan, and he's absolutely smashing it with Halifax. Adelican's gone. McGuinness has had COVID. Lewis Potter's doubtful. So when Grant McCann says that, you pretty much know he's injured. So James Berry, he got injured very badly against Cardiff playing an under-23s game. I'm not sure if he's fit or not, but if he is, he's on my bench. If he's not, let's have a look through the squad number list. If he's not fit, it's Ahmed Salam. There we go. That's the team in picture form. That's the team as it'll line up on the pitch. On to my predicted score then. Will we get the win? Yes, we will. Yes, we will. 1-0 victory. I'm confident in that. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. You can see in the top left there, thanks to Mason Stead for making these graphics. Absolute top bloke. Well, not really a bloke. He's about my age. So, top guy. His links are in the description. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. See you later. Goodbye.